Have you ever heard of skimming? No, we're not making reference to fraud or theft here, but rather to a reading strategy. Skimming can be useful in everyday life. Let's say when you're reading the newspaper or a magazine and you want to know if the article could interest you, or when you are searching for information and you want to know if the text could be useful. It can also be particularly helpful when you want to browse through a message from a special someone, or when tackling the reading comprehension part of an exam. First off, skimming is anticipating. It's making hypotheses in order to get an idea of what a text is about. In short, it's a strategy that helps to quickly identify the general idea of a text without reading it entirely. Let's look at the following example. If we want to know what it's all about, we can look at the title, which usually contains clues as to what will be discussed. Here, we can guess that the issue of using cell phones when driving will surely be addressed. Let's look at what actually happens in our head. For starters, we make hypotheses by identifying clues in the text. We then search through our memory in order to get an idea about the text's content, so that we can make links between the clues found in the text and the knowledge that we already possess. A good trick is to ask the question, à quoi cela me fait-il généralement penser? Which will help to make links between the clues and our memory. So, where can we find these clues in Texte au volant, ce qu'il faut savoir? Well, they can be found in the title. When we think of texto, it reminds us of a written message using a cell phone, and when we read au volant, we think of someone who's driving a car. To sum it up, if we put all of this information together, we can make the hypothesis that the text will talk about using cell phones to send text messages when driving. Let's try it again with a different text. In order to have an idea of the content of the text, let's follow the skimming steps. First, look for the title, the headings, the subheadings, the photos, the captions, the text boxes, the linking words, or the bold text. Then, identify the clues, search through our memory, and ask ourselves the key question. Starting with the title. If we search through our memory, the word chambre makes us think of the room where we sleep, and the word ado makes us think of adolescent or teenager. So we can now imagine that the text will talk about the room where teenagers sleep. But at this point, it's just a hypothesis. Let's continue with the photo, and by asking ourselves the key question, it makes us think of a messy bedroom with clothing and things lying everywhere. And we all know this to be true. A teenager's bedroom is usually messy. We can now add this to our original hypothesis and imagine that the text will talk about the mess that we find in the room where teenagers sleep. Let's continue in order to verify if our hypothesis is a good one. If we read the caption, the expression un monde privé makes us think of a secret place, a personal space, and the words une personnalité en devenir make us think of a person who is constructing his identity. Therefore, if we put all of this information together, we make the hypothesis that the text will talk about a teenager's bedroom, which is often messy because a teenager is someone who is constructing his identity. There you have it. You are now a pro at skimming. The reading strategy, that is.